Now who wanna move close enough? Now who wanna move out of? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock them, yeah, we got them, yeah, we got them. Like that black and orange up on them, single bottle, never stopping. To the beast and know them. Who they rocking with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and
Welcome to Bengals and Brews. I hope you all had a great Halloween. That means I'm like Joe Burrow. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, it means it doesn't mean anything to me either. I was thinking it's not a paid holiday, so I don't get like double.
That's all you care about. Thanksgiving is coming up, though, right? Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm working Thanksgiving Eve and Thanksgiving, so that's 24 hours of holiday pay.
Hey, Taylor's coming in for the game, so he's hoping to get a win. I mean, I hope, man, but I'm not counting on anything at this point of the season because between just poor play on both sides of the ball and the defense cannot get a stop, period, when they need one against a halfway decent team. Not saying the Raiders are a decent team, but they got some low-key, got some dogs on that team. Their line's better than our fucking line at a lot of positions.
I got to tell you, Dale.
PFF.
They're going to look like a fucking Pro Bowl team. Like every goddamn player on there is going to look like they're ready for the fucking Pro Bowl come Monday.
Well, I'll tell you one guy who probably should be an all-pro as a rookie, the leading tight end in yards. It's Brock Bowers.
Wow.
So he's coming to town, so they got to find a way to slow him down because tight ends have been eating on us, and now they're facing the guy who's played better than any tight end in the NFL this season as far as pass catching, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So damn good player with Brock Bowers, and then obviously Max Crosby on the defense. And they also brought in the one guy, Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins, signed to a big money contract. So they got some guys to get some pressure on our line, a line that is probably – already has two shitty guards. Let's just call it what it is. And then is also likely to not have Orlando Brown, who is listed as doubtful now and hasn't practiced all week. So you got Cody Ford for a full game at left tackle, and you got two shitty guards on the inside. Ted Karras is middle of the pack, an average, decent center, but when you got all this shit around you, that can't be good. And then Mims is a rookie. At the end of the day, Mims PFF grades and things, like we think he's not playing bad, and I still stand by. I think he's not playing bad, especially for a rookie at tackle. But it's not like he's playing lights out either. So I mean, our line is going to have a hell of a test with their defense. And it's like, well, we got to be able to run the ball. Well, Zach Moss also now doubtful out of nowhere. So if anyone missed that one, all of a sudden he's on the doubtful on the injury report. So probably no Zach Moss. So you're going to be relying. And this is why we always talk about having another running back. Right. And they really don't, right? Because Travion just takes a roster spot. So you got Chase Brown, and let's say he gets dinged up early. So it's a Travion Williams game when you need to run the ball. If your focus is going to be on running the ball, like we've seen them out there doing some extra things for run blocking, it just makes you wonder what the hell they're going to do. No Orlando Brown, no Zach Moss, shitty guards.
Settle down. We got Cody Ford.
Yes, Chris Evans healthy? Didn't he?
I don't know.
Didn't he get hurt like in the preseason out for the season?
He's even on the team.
Yeah, I think
I was just gonna say Chris Evans is on this team.
I don't think so.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, I think he's on IR if I remember correctly. If anything,
Practice squad call up. Some of them.
But I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know what they got down there. But those guys, Kendall Milton. You're right, Taylor. So good call there by Taylor, who talked about maybe hopping in. He's excited to come to the game. I'm going to put that link out for everybody. But go ahead and Derek, anything else? I mean, we don't have I mean, I could go through keys to the game for this game, but it's like block.
Right.
Block their good players.
Tackle.
Can we block? And can we run the ball at all with that blocking?
Yeah.
Can we
just fucking win? That's the key.
But, and then on the other side, it's like, can we get any pressure on the opposing quarterback? At the end of the day, that's pretty much it. This game will go down in the trenches. No T. Higgins again this week. No T. Higgins Cup this week. If he ain't gonna play, I ain't gonna have his cup. Just
hey,
I don't even shouldn't even be a Bengals cup, but hey, this is mostly what I have. Got a lot of these, so that's most of my cups.
My Burton anytime touchdown's looking good for this game, though, isn't it?
If they can score any,
yeah.
Burton should get playing time.
Right.
If it continues, 41% of the snaps last week. Yoshi got 88. I don't see any reason that shouldn't even almost flip this game.
Exactly. Well,
we'll see if it does, though.
Don't you think, though, that they're going to put Yoshi in a slot a lot and have Burton running out on the outside and Chase running on the outside? So, I mean, that'd be like 1, 2, 3, right? Unless they're going to use Gesicki in the slot more.
They should.
I think they should, too.
What I want to see is Gesicki in the slot, Burton on one side, and Chase on the other.
Chuck, Can you post the link to the chat? I can't click the button to do it. Like I'm trying to, but on this laptop, and it's. Hold on. Finally, I clicked that like a million times. I think I got it.
All right.
Oh yeah. All right, but I may need you to do it sporadically throughout because that was way too difficult, more than it should have been. But there is a link for anybody that wants to hop in.
Don't be a pussy.
Vent. Just a few minutes. We'll have people hop in. If somebody else wants to hop in, we'll get the next person on. Just bullshit, man. Talk about whatever. Talk about what you're happy about, the good things you've seen, or I say most likely you'd be like us and the things you're pissed about. And the bleak future that could be on the horizon because this front office is unwilling to really invest in all the resources they need. Scouting, talent acquisition, talent retainment. There's so many things that are now biting us in the ass. We had a good couple-year run because of some talented guys on rookie contracts at the end of the day. So one free agency cycle that hit pretty good.
I did run a poll on X or Twitter, whichever the fuck you want to call it, because I'm just wondering, what do people think is the problem with the Bengals? And I just listed 3 choices they could pick because a lot of people are like, fuck Zach Taylor, fire Zach Taylor. I was kind of defending him at work, and I'm like, this is not Zach Taylor. Like, look, does he have issues? Okay, but this is not Zach Taylor. I feel like it's front office. So I said to Twitter, your choices are, who's to blame for the Bengals right now? Zach Taylor, front office, or something totally different? And front office got 67% of the votes. So Zach Taylor 25 and something different 8. But that's what I'm saying. Like, these motherfuckers, man, they fooled me. Dale, they fooled me. I thought that this was a new team. I thought that the Blackburns were taking over Mike Brown, but here the fuck Mike Brown comes like the goddamn Undertaker at fucking WrestleMania, sits right the fuck back up, and he was like, fuck that shit. This is how we run shit. My dad would flip if he knew we were doing shit modern way. We're going old school. They fooled me, Tyler.
What's up, T-Balls?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Not much.
How's everybody doing?
You got any positivity for us, or you wanna jump on the bitch train along with me and Chop? How you feeling? How you feeling about this season so far?
How you feeling physically too? I know you were sick and you missed the last game. And you're questioning coming to this one. You look fine. Get to the fucking game. You might be the reason we lost.
So that's the positivity, right? That's the positivity. I feel better. My wife was sick last night. Kayla was sick last night, but she feels better too. I don't sound the same as I normally do. I still kind of a little hoarse, but we're gonna be there Sunday. So we're gonna be there Sunday.
Good, because we're gonna have pizza.
Hey, that's what's up. What's going on, Matt? Now for the game and for the season as a positivity, I'll go one step further. Joe and Jamar are the 2 bright spots on this team.
Yeah.
Although I will say, watching Joe Burrow's press conferences as of late, I feel like I've never seen a more depressed individual.
Right. It's like somebody shot his fucking dog in the head right before the goddamn press conference.
It's got to be weighing on him for sure. Like I don't know, like that, especially that comment. Like, that's not my job. Like, that's just, I don't know. That broke my heart to hear that.
Frustration.
Yeah, for sure.
Ultimate frustration.
Ultimately, I don't think the comment itself is necessarily bad on the surface because, like, it isn't his job, so it's hard to answer those questions. But it was the body language and the look on his face, like you were saying. Like, he just looks like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm playing great. What am I supposed to do?
It sounded like Trags was asking him the question, Mike Petraglia. And after that second time when he was like, do you wish that they would bring in some people like that in free agency, or not free agency, but before the trade deadline, he was like, that's not my job.
Yeah.
And then you see him go like that to him. He's like, it's not my job.
I will say this, like, I know we're 3-5. I know the Raiders are 2-6. They just played the Chiefs tough last week. Not a game to be slept on. I know
it's a divisional game, though. You got to take that into context too. Divisional games,
but they have the seventh best pass defense in the NFL. So we have the seventh best pass offense, but no T. Higgins, no Orlando Brown at tackle. So that matchup right now, you know, if look at it based on how they've done for half the season, it's like dead even. But you take out T. Higgins, and the way his offense has been playing lately hasn't been as great. So I'll just give them the edge coming in.
I like Animal Mother. Go to hell, Mike Brown.
Max Crosby playing this week?
Who?
Is Max Crosby playing? I haven't looked at the report yet.
As far as I know, I haven't heard anything otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, definitely excited to be back for sure this Sunday, but definitely we need to get some wins stringing along. Like, I know there's still 9 more games left in the year. I know our bye week's coming up in a few weeks, but we got to get above 500 before you know that happens. Like, because I think, what is it, week 12 is our bye? Is it week 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to get above 500. I don't.
I mean, you can't lose to do that. I think there's 3 games left. I think it's this week, and then it's the short week, Thursday night football against the Ravens, and then I think we play the Chargers, and then we have the bye. So it's that's not an easy stretch by any means, because Chargers are flying across the country too.
Yes. Yeah. I have all the hope in the world, and by all the hope in the world, it's a very small margin right now, razor thin. But
yeah,
Purcell
thinks we're going 12-5 at the end of the season. So I like the way he's thinking. I'd like to see a turnaround like that. I just doubt it's going to happen.
I don't expect Pittsburgh to stay where they are right now either. With them being they're 6-2, I think. I don't expect them to keep going with the way they are, especially I don't think Russell Wilson's going to be the quarterback he's been the last couple of weeks. I don't expect them to stay at the top of the AFC North. As long as we can get some wins strung together, win that what is it, 7 out of the next 9?
Out of the next 9, yeah.
All right, so I seen. I wanted to mention this because I think it was Chris Crowley in the chat posted that Wilkins is out. So I was talking about Wilkins being a good pickup they had, and I just looked it up, and he is on injured reserve because he broke his foot. So this was October 8th. So yeah, he's not going to be playing. So they won't have Wilkins up the interior, which is good for us. They got some other players, but obviously Max Crosby on the outside. And if he's matched up against Cody Ford, that one's going to scare the hell out of me. Even though Ford played a little better playing half the game last week, but I just don't trust him.
Their run defense is a little bit questionable, a little bit to be desired, right? So what you want to do is you want to run away from Max Crosby, right? So if we can get some runs.
Chase Brown's got to have a huge game, really.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he does.
He's going to get the majority of everything with Moss being doubtful / out in Bengals terminology.
Dustin coming through and paying us again. Tyler's going to have to get a cut of this one since he's on here, I guess. Get ready. We'll pay you in pizza in the parking lot on Sunday.
Our payments are going to stop, so don't be promising Tyler anything, because Dustin says here he's formally submitting his application for retirement from the Bengals. It was a good run, and the NFL product in general sucks, like Dustin tells me, and he's not wrong. Offensive line is bad across the NFL. No one has backups. Not very many teams have starters, you know what I mean? And somehow we have some of the worst guards in the NFL. And you wonder, is that a Pollock thing? You know, we thought maybe Pollock was turning a corner. We got him all these guys in here. But at the end of the day, who's he really developed? You know, and you can't say Mims yet because he's still a rookie.
Right.
Ted Karras was a veteran. Kappa, that we got something out of Kappa at least the last couple of years. Veteran. Orlando Brown, veteran, developed elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like who's Pollock really developed? Volson?
That's what I was gonna say, and he ain't that great. I mean, he's okay, and he has some flashes, but he's not great.
Well, Matt Lee looked great, and great in preseason and great in college.
That's what I'm saying.
Matt Lee, if he ends up having to play this year at all, or if he plays any next year, and Frank's here, does he look worse all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? He's getting almost. These guys play worse under whatever he's fucking teaching them.
I feel like Ted Karras loves to play center. He doesn't want to play guard, but they just have to have that conversation with him, man. Slide over to the right. Because Kappa's not doing that too great. Like, if you're going to replace one of them right now, Ted Karras is going to go left or right, Dale. Which one you going?
Karras has played more left.
He's played more left.
And I think ultimately they need to invest a top 3 round pick in that position. And if it was me personally, I'd also try to sign somebody. But honestly, teams aren't stupid. The NFL market for guards skyrocketed this offseason. Skyrocketed. And the Bengals have never been a team to want to play guards. They let Eric Steinbach leave. All these guys leave. They're like, whatever. When they got a good one, they don't really give a shit. And it's something they need to invest in. Now, they did invest in a little bit with Kappa, But
speaking of
do it again.
I was I think somebody was talking about in-season trades the other day. And I read somewhere that, like, obviously we don't do it like any of the other teams in the NFL. Like, obviously the
like ever.
Ravens have all traded to improve their team.
Two.
Yeah.
Two in 52 years in season.
Yep. They were
with the player involved, I think.
Wasn't one of them in the 70s too?
Wasn't one of them Carson Palmer?
Yeah.
Was one of them Carson?
I think it was like 4 getting a player during the season.
Oh.
Yeah.
One was 1972, and I forget who the player was, but the last one we done was 2020, and it was not Hubbard. It was
Carlos Dunlap for Ben Finney and a draft pick.
BJ Finney.
BJ, whatever.
Not
BJ. Exactly. Who the fuck knows who that is?
Yeah.
And that was just because Carlos was like, I want the fuck out, and was complaining nonstop and forced his way out. Pretty much.
And this Purcell needs to come on here. He's so positive. I need some of that positivity. Hit that link, Purcell, and join us on here and let us know, because you are blowing it up with the positivity in the chat.
What's up, Kevin?
I like it. I need that. I need people to bring me up. Usually I go through a process and I'm over it by Wednesday, but man, this one is just fucking. I think it's that Joe Burrow press conference when he's like, it's not my job. It's not what he said. It's what his face looked like when he said it. And
yeah,
I need some cheering up.
I took it a little different. I'll try to cheer you up here, Chop.
Go ahead.
I took a little different perspective on that one. The way I took it was he's just pissed because they're losing. I mean, I don't think he's pissed at the front office. I don't think he's pissed at anything. Just the fact that
they're the reason that we're losing.
I want him to be pissed at the front office, though, Derek.
But
I need him to be pissed at the front office.
Like we've seen this Joe Burrow before in our anytime we get in like a 2-game losing streak. I don't know. Have we had a 3-game losing streak? I'm sure we have.
We'll fucking string one up here in a minute.
Or after his rookie season. Yeah. But he just wants to get back in the winning circle.
This game could serve as a reminder too of what we dealt with previously before Zach Taylor too, because no matter what we do, no matter if we make the playoffs this year or not, if we don't make the playoffs next year or not, we got somebody coming back to the building this week who was the king of that and lasted for nearly 20 years. Marvin Lewis. It's Marvin Lewis return to Cincinnati too. I don't know if you guys touched on that yet or not.
He'll be fucking
revenge game.
No. It ultimately, like, whatever with the revenge game stuff, but yeah. It won't surprise me, right? Like, they'll beat our ass and they'll give Marvin a game ball in the locker room after.
What exactly is Marvin's role with the Raiders right now?
He's the coach for the coaches, is what what I understood.
I mean, it's
He's
like a
basically
bullshit
there.
position,
He's the
right?
assistant to the assistant manager.
He's the assistant to the assistant manager.
No,
Okay.
he talked with Jay Morrison, and Jay posted that or played that during their Growler podcast, and he basically said he's just there to coach the coaches.
Well, I imagine that he's also kind of in one of those roles like Duff too, where he just helps out with whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like it's basically probably a senior advisor role.
Well, I mean, he did the same thing with Hugh Jackson. He hired him as like the offensive coordinator's assistant or something like that or defensive coordinator's assistant.
It might have been head coach's assistant. You know?
Yeah,
you bring a guy on. It's like the Packers are doing with Robert Saleh, right? You bring him in your building, you let him just help out.
Thank God we didn't do
Everything.
that when Robert Saleh was available.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to hurt no feelings.
Well, from what I understand, we're not going to pay it because who was I watching? I was watching some like podcast thing on YouTube, and they were talking about how people are like, fire Zach Taylor. And then this guy was saying Zach Taylor's salary is like $4 million a year, right?
I fucked it up, Darth. Darth's called me out. It's the assistant to the assistant regional manager.
To the regional manager. So he said that Zach Taylor's salary is like $4 million a year. And he was like, as no fucking head coach is going to come in here for $4 million a year. And then he like showed all the different coaches and what they were getting paid. And if that's
and he'd have a buyout too. They'd have to pay because, it's not an expiring. They don't like to do that either.
Yeah. So, I mean, that pretty much shows you right there. Like Robert Saleh, he's not coming here, or he was using Mike Vrabel as an example. Like Mike Vrabel's going to be making like $15 million or more a year compared to on this scale when he gets another job if it's a head coach, and the Bengals aren't going to pay that, so it's never going to happen. So it's just more depressing news. You know what I mean?
To be fair, Mike Vrabel's in Cleveland, and they're not exactly tearing it up. Now, I'm not saying he has all this control in Cleveland or anything, but he is there. I'm just saying.
Well, I was just touching on, you get what you pay for. Not that Zach Taylor's bad. I'm not like giving up on Zach Taylor yet. I really don't feel like he is the problem.
How many cheeseburgers would it take to get Andy Reid to leave the Chiefs? Of course, we wouldn't pay him either, but.
Well, you got to get some of them nuggies.
Add the nuggies.
Orlando
said he loves the cheeseburgers.
Oh, does he? Well, I'm just going
huge
by
cheeseburger guy.
Hey, look, man, I'll take that motherfucker to Chandler's.
I bet he loves the Krabby Patty meal.
Maybe.
The Wendy's.
That might not be a big enough sandwich for my man Andy. Come on now. I imagine
as long as we're talking
Yep.
about food, and fucking
That's
Greg
true.
ain't here, right?
Yeah, Greg's asshole hurts because the Bengals are fucking him.
Right. They bent him over and fucked him without fucking lube, just talcum powder. They threw some fucking talcum powder on that shit and went at it.
Chris said he wondered if Greg fucked his face up trying to shave or something.
Yeah, I don't have a bottle of barbecue sauce handy, but thank you to our sponsors that sponsor the show here, Bengals and Brews. Always been great friends and good sponsor at Midwest Best Barbecue. Make sure you go up there. They got the fucking cheat code on chicken wings. I'm not lying.
Oh, man, them Grippo wings. Oh, good God.
Dale loves the Grippo. I'm a G-Funk guy. Also, the Dillinators are good. CTB wings. Everything up there is good. I'm a Dillinator guy. They got the Midas touch on barbecue. Everything they touch is fucking delicious. So head up there, and they got ice cream. And you know what else they got? Yeah. They got 50 West Beer. And 50 West Beer is another sponsor of ours. And you can go out there, play some goddamn volleyball, get they got really tasty burgers out there if you go, and then you can get all kind of beer out there. As a matter of fact, they even got some, like hard lemonades if you're not into beer and you want a nice refreshing drink. And Chop Shop.
5 cases of beer.
It's the best shirt shop in Cincinnati that's probably going to go bankrupt, and I don't give a fuck. Shirts have been flying off the shelves since the Bengals records fucking 3-5. People can't wait to get shirts.
You may need to get some Blue Jackets gear in there and some Cleveland Cavaliers gear because those two teams are winning. They've given me a little life here lately. Especially watching my Cavs the other day. They curb stomped LeBron and the Lakers. Also, Tyler's just, are you a Laker fan too?
No,
I was about to say, I already know the fucking Yankees done broke your heart in the World Series.
Yeah, it's not been a good past couple weeks, that's for sure.
Well, I'm sure the Bengals will take care of that on Sunday for you, Tyler, and come out with that goddamn victory.
Well,
look at this, Chop. Tina says they have THC beer now, too.
They got that at the stadium.
And, Dell and Chop and Derek, it'd be nice to see you guys again, too, because I did miss that tailgate.
Well, I will not be at this one. I will not be at this one.
Well, Dell's not going to be there. We can take Andy Reid after the game. I'll meet you in Portsmouth. We'll take him to Hickey's.
There you go. I bet he'd like
Hickey's.
Hickey's.
Give him some Hickey's. That might.
We'll need at least 50 of those burgers, though. They're like slider burgers, They're tiny.
Oh, that's true. Like a White Castle.
Yeah, just without the onions. So.
Yeah, White Castle that tastes good.
Well, White Castle tastes good.
Without
no, it doesn't.
the after effects, right?
Yeah, I don't like those onions. Oh, I'm sure Hickey still gives you the after effects.
You know what you can do? My wife doesn't like the onions either, and she does this. I'm going to give you a little tip here. When you go through the drive-through, say no onions.
Yeah, I had Derek do that one time, and then there was pickles on it, and I don't like pickles either.
Oh, you also have to say no pickles.
Yeah, I was double fucked on that one. I was like, Derek, I don't really like the onions. Get some without onions.
Give me the plainest fucking thing you got.
Give me just plain AF, bro.
Dar says if this turns into NBA NHL show, he's out.
No, man. If anybody wants to listen about the Blue Jackets, you got the Brew Jackets. Go listen to Kevin and Lance, a.k.a. Always Be Hefty Duck, to Santori.
Yeah.
But guys.
You're always going to get the same shit here. Doesn't matter. Same shit, different day, different year.
We'll be bitching. I'll be talking about the draft. I mean, I'm really holding off on talking about the draft nonstop because we're going to have a lot of time to do that.
Dude, I did a mock the other day, and I got Perkins Jr. in the second round, so I was pretty stoked. And then I got – who's the pass rusher from Tennessee, Dale?
James Pierce.
There you go. I got him in the first round. He was right at the draft thing I was using. The simulator said he was the number 6 prospect in the draft. I got him at pick 11.
Also, Dell does charts now. Dell started doing charts, guys.
It's true.
It's taking the
charts
PFF
that I
grades.
can't read. I'm like looking at them. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Chop, you got to look at the X and the Y line. Like, you got your run defense and your passing. If you're in the top right, it's really, really good. It means you're good at both.
Well, so I did look at your chart, Dale, and I was looking like, because it had edge rushers, right? And, I'm going to ask about my boy Perkins. He's not an edge rusher. He's a linebacker. So what about linebackers that rush the passer like that, like Von Miller? Where would he rank among that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Perkins been hurt, and he's not Von Miller, and he's like 220, man. He's so small. I do like Perkins, but, man, he's so many unknowns right now. He may be best served to come back another season. I don't know. After this injury.
If we did get him in the second round.
Matt says we need another draft party. We're not allowed to break news, I don't think. But no one said we can't say things. So there is likely to be another draft party.
Yes.
And this draft party may or may not end up be at the Foaling House, a much larger venue with a lot more going on.
With the same Midwest Best Barbecue there.
If/when we have one. But there's no announcements to be made at the moment. But another draft party could be in the works.
Right.
Did I say anything that'll get me in trouble there, Chop?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm not,
nope.
I make a lamp, Dale. I'm not part of that shit.
Hey, Dale, give it about 2 to 3 years. If you're still doing these draft guides by then. There's a kid from Ironton going to Missouri. He's a running back that would look really good in a Bengals uniform in about 6 years.
Yeah, we'll see.
There you go.
See, he's going to Missouri, you said?
Yeah, his name's Sean Terry. They call him Skipper. Dude,
I'd be surprised if Dale wasn't already looking him up.
No.
Stats on him already.
No.
The funny thing was, though, about that we had a game. It was supposed to be at Ironton, but where the weather was bad about a month or so, the stadium got torn up a little bit, so we had to move it to another place. And the coaching staff from Missouri was there to staff him. And they found out about it. So they were heading back to the airport, and then they found out the game got moved to another place. They came back to the airport, watched the game, and they had to try further to do that.
You're kind of cutting out a little on us, Tyler.
Oh, what part did you not get?
It was just cutting in and out.
Yeah, I think we got the gist of it. Just cutting in and out.
No, you're good. Yeah,
I put the link up again in case anybody was looking for it.
I know Darth Bengal wants a link to the show so he can come in here and be positive. Come on, Darth.
And
they also had the fireball at Portsmouth today too. At fucking Kroger, they had the fireball in the Bengals fucking thing, but I'm mad at the Bengals, so I refused to buy one. Plus,
Thank you, Dale.
I knew I would. Plus, it really wasn't because I'm mad at the Bengals. It was more, I was like, damn, I'll drink that whole big-ass bottle of Fireball and fucking get myself in trouble.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but I want to thank Dale for saying Kroger. That fucking S that people put on the end of there fucking bugs the shit out of me for some reason. And everybody around here says Kroger's.
Well, I usually do as well. So
but you didn't that time.
Okay, I wasn't sure, honestly. Once you started saying that, I was like, I probably did.
No, you didn't.
All right.
I felt like
Kroger's,
you hit on me.
Burroughs.
Shut the fuck up down there, Derek. You're bringing
Gary Owens. Owens is another.
Owens,
yeah. Myers is a big one around here too. Myers, and it's
What's
Myers,
Brian?
not Myers.
My place of work.
What if you're going to go? What if you're going to go to two? What if you're going to go to two Krogers?
Yeah, you can say I'm going to go to Kroger's. It means you got to probably stop by two different ones.
Yeah, if you're going to say it, you got to go to two different ones.
Yeah, you have to go to two. I have people fight with me. Like, I pull up the sign, like, there's no fucking S. And they're like, it's Kroger's. That's not Kroger's, man. Anyway.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't know why it bothers me so much, because I literally say words on purpose wrong just to fucking piss off my wife. Like July, McDonald's, Italian, Mexican, shit like that. She doesn't get upset now, but she used to say.
So this is something I looked up earlier. Pass rushing productivity. So it's how well people are pass rushing. It's weighted a little bit with sacks in there, but also if you're not getting sacks, pressures too is huge in this stat per PFF. So this is minimum 20% of the snaps. And where people rank that are on the Bengals. So Trey Henderson, 6 out of 119. That's really good, right? We know Trey's a really good fucking pass rusher.
Pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Our second highest is Miles Murphy, 61st out of 119. It's mediocre, right? Like, I want to see, like, we've seen, obviously he's getting some pressure, but he's not making the big splash plays and finishing some of these plays. I even said that to his brother on fucking Twitter because he was like, oh, yeah, everybody said he's fucking trash. And I was like, I mean, I don't think he's trash. He's still like 22 years old. We definitely seen flashes, I said, but he needs to finish plays. You know, we just need to see him finish plays. Like, I only call what I see. I'm not going to suck your dick, but I think that Miles Murphy is he's a piece, right? He's a piece, but he may be a Sam Hubbard piece replacement more than anything.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going to be a Trey replacement.
No, we just lost Derek.
Yeah.
And then Hubbard is 96th out of 119. He's not known for being a pass rusher, right? And that's like, if you have the snaps down and you got somebody coming in that's going to get a bunch of pass rush, it's not so bad, right? But we need more guys to step up. And then the guy also that plays a lot that does come in for Hubbard, rotates with Hubbard, is Joseph Osai, 110th out of 119 players in pass rush productivity. That's awful, right? Joseph Osai has been awful, and I don't see how there's any way you can bring him back next year. Like, if they bring him back, it's like you can't pay him any amount, even if he's cheap. And I loved him coming out. I thought that was a great pick, and I loved the way he was coming on. But man, he's been broken since that Chiefs AFC Championship game they lost.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for me, I say let him go, and you got to draft one. You got to draft somebody with pass rush juice.
Yeah,
you know?
We need like a whole defensive draft.
Yeah, and you got to get something from the interior, but there's not a lot there.
If we were going to make 2 moves before the trade deadline, Tyler, what are those 2 moves that you would pick?
While you're asking that, while you're thinking of that, Tyler, Josh Uche, who went for what, a 6th-round pick?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was 40th out of 119. Just FYI on that. Just so you guys are aware of how easy it could have been to improve that this year.
I know it sounds cliche, but I would go. First move I would make is go get an elite pass rusher.
There you go.
I would do whatever it takes. Miles Murphy could sit the bench for all I care. Get this guy, get an elite pass rusher, put him the opposite side of Trey Hendrickson, and watch the defense, at least the front 4, front 7, get better in that aspect, and maybe the defense improves overall there. Number 2, I would maybe either invest in the interior O-line, maybe give Kappa and Volson some competition, because it seems like that's the weakness of the line right now. Or maybe I would try to invest in another weapon for Burrow. But that would be the 3 if I had to go.
One guy that is available for I think he's on the trade block. I didn't actually go and look and see, but now I done forgot his name. The guy for the Panthers.
Clowney?
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney.
I was going to say Clowney because everyone should be available for the Panthers. They're not going to do shit.
But yeah, I was watching some cut-ups of him, and he still looks like he's freaking balling, man.
Yeah, that would make a ton of sense, and you could probably get him for a 6th-round pick. If you want that 6th-round pick so bad, you move back in the 3rd or 4th some spots and you recoup it. For fuck's sakes, it's not difficult.
Right.
Jadeveon Clowney is the one that makes the most sense right now. That is attainable because everybody will say Max Crosby. Well, his salary and what you'd have to give up, the Bengals in no universe would do that. And I don't even know if it, obviously to have Max Crosby, it may end up being worth it. But at the same point in time, getting a Clowney is low risk, high reward.
Yeah, you're
right.
If
you win this game, there's no reason you're 4-5. You don't say, Jadeveon Clowney, get your ass in here. And you know what? You can play the following week because all we're going to ask you to do, go get the fucking quarterback like you've been doing your entire time in the fucking NFL. And it's really that simple.
He's very familiar with this division, too.
Yep.
He's got a lot of experience in the AFC North. Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense. Like you said, the fucking
I've seen people on X, several people on X, so I don't want to give Derek even credit for bringing that up.
Yeah, fuck you, Derek.
Oh no,
yeah, fuck you, Derek. Still,
I saw it on Twitter.
But yeah, I seen it too, and was like, boom, that one makes so much sense,
Yeah.
I didn't even really think about it, and then you're right, I did see it on Twitter. I think I saw it last night.
What interior linemen right now are on the trade block? Is there any even available that are competent?
No, because the one that keeps being out there played last night in Kendrick Green for the Texans, and he is the only player that's played 80% of the snaps for his team that is graded worse than Kappa and Volson. There's 41 players who's played 80% of the snaps at guard on the season. Kendrick Green's the only one lower than that. They are 39th and 40th. This is pass blocking. Played 80% of the snaps, pass blocking grade. They are 39th and 40th. Kendrick Green is 41st out of 41.
Jesus Christ. Well,
that's the main guy. There's a guy for the Raiders who's been filling in for Dylan Parham. Parham should be back from injury. Parham's rated 8th overall PFF, and this guy's rated 7th. Jordan Meredith. I put it on Twitter the other day. Now, I don't know that he's on the trade block per se, but if you beat the Raiders and they're 2-7, fuck. Why don't you just say, hey, fucking weird haircut guy.
Yeah.
I pick up my phone.
Weird haircut guy.
Mark Davis, weird haircut guy.
There you go.
I'll give you a 7th-round pick for this undrafted guy who's going to be sitting on your bench because your starter that you have a 3rd-round draft capital, Dylan Parham, invested in, and as part of your future is now back healthy, but we'd like this guy, and maybe he'll be part of our future. But you know what? The Bengals aren't going to do that. They won't even make that call. That's the problem.
Yeah. You're right. I do wonder, I wonder if there is, actually any phone calls going on Like maybe the Bengals are making shitty offers, but are they making any offers, or are they just down there sitting on their fucking hands? They're losing the fan base.
With
I was going to ask what
being as bad as they are, they've been trying to, but somebody cut the phone lines probably.
Yeah, Mike Brown. He's out there with a fucking pair of scissors, like, fuck that, Katie. You're like, goddamn, Katie and Elizabeth.
There's no Wi-Fi in the building anymore, and they cannot fucking connect during the week to make phone calls.
They're sitting handwritten
got one of those
letters.
mics you wind up like, it's Mike Brown from the front office.
Yeah, they're sending handwritten letters. That's what they're doing.
That's it. Mike Brown loves him a handwritten letter. He's writing letters.
He sent one. He sent one, but it take 5 to 7 business days to be delivered.
Hurry and get that bitch in the mail, Mike Brown. The fucking deadline's Tuesday, 4 p.m.
The question I was going to ask is, what's more likely, us to make an in-season trade before the deadline, or us winning the Super Bowl this year?
Let me answer that question with one.
Neither. Yeah, we're not a Super Bowl. We're not a Super Bowl team. Like even if we went on a run, we are not a Super Bowl team. Like if we snuck into the playoffs, because AFC, there's a bunch of teams that don't have good records. Technically, you could get and you can never rule it out, right? Because you could get hot, this, that, and the other. But the defense is so bad. Like I don't know how you would beat anybody in the playoffs.
Dale, this isn't even a fucking cereal bowl team. And I'm talking Aldi.
Yeah, and playoffs. I don't think we make the playoffs. Like,
no,
I want to say that. I'm just saying, if you snuck into the playoffs, could you rule out maybe making a run? I guess you couldn't completely rule it out, but fuck.
So that means I guess we'd have a.
We're more likely to get a top 10 pick than a playoff spot right now.
Yeah,
so
at this point, I look forward to that.
That's kind of crazy to think about. And then we're not going to make a trade either. That's the thing.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we're only one game out of the playoffs right now. And every team that's ahead of us in the playoff hunt, we play, basically.
Oh, well, never mind.
Well, yeah, like Denver and San Diego, Los Angeles, the Chargers, the Broncos. We play a lot of those teams. We got the Steelers 2 more times. We got the Ravens coming up another time.
Can we just win the Steelers? God damn it!
Cowboys for the NFC. Like that's a team that I fully expect the Cowboys to have it figured out by the time we play. But hey, at least we'll get to watch Bart and Homer Simpson on the field if you got Disney Plus.
Also, remember, Dale, if the Bengals beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I win $15,000.
I guess that is the Super Bowl.
I guess. Do you think that DraftKings or Caesars, whoever I made that bet with, will give me my $15,000 if we win that game?
That might be who gets the top 10 pick, though. So, no, you're getting no money for this, by the way. But the loser gets a top 10 pick. The winner gets to have, like, pick 18 and just miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Seems right. Yeah, Paul says he's dipping the quill in the ink right now to write it.
Yeah, right. No shit, man.
Animal Mother. I said that the other day. I said the same thing, Animal Mother. Let's give ownership a green out game because the seats are green.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but I mean, you pay too much money, man. It's so hard to be like, I got all this money that I already paid for these tickets. I'm just not going to go to the game.
Right.
It's hard to do.
And you can't sound to anybody if we're doing a green out because, they'll go. And then it won't be green.
Can't win.
I mean, listen,
Can't win.
The fact of the matter is,
they don't care. The tickets are already bought. That's what I said the other day.
Yeah,
it's already sold out because the tickets are already bought. And they don't care if you're going to renew your tickets next year. It does you no good to be like, I'm fed up with this team. I'm not renewing my tickets. They're like, cool, we got a huge wait list.
Yeah,
we're happy. We know we're good for a while. We don't give a shit what we put on that field, boys. That's sad.
When they were asking Joe about the fans and stuff, and he was talking about, we got a good crowd comes down, supports us, and they show up for us and all this other shit. I'm like, dude, hold on. Wait till Sunday because I just have a feeling this, like the last game, man, when we played the Eagles, there was a fuck ton of Eagles fans there.
Well, I think they travel well, and they know they got a squad.
You don't think the Raiders travel better than the Eagles, though? Man, the fucking Raiders.
They traveled well, yeah.
Yes.
We had to go through that Raider row in that playoff game when we finally got our playoff win, man. There was one guy that was an asshole, man. I don't even remember what he said, but he was about to catch these fucking hands. But then
Right.
then it would have been bad because it was like me and Derek and our wives and about 800 Raiders fans. So that would not have gone well. But
yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of fucking. Hopefully, they're all wearing black, so they kind of blend in. So, because some of the Bengals fans wear black.
Yeah. What theme we got this week? What are we wearing? Trash bags? Fucking paper bags over our head?
I will say it is the Salute to Service game, so I do got to shout out the veterans. You know, thank you for your service, and that is one thing I am looking forward to.
Yes.
Yeah. That and hand jobs in the parking lot.
That's right.
You handing them out?
I do have a question for you guys, though. I believe I don't know who asked it to Burrow, and it might have even been asked to Chase too about the short yardage situations we've not really done well in. What is your guys' take on like the play calling this year and the situational, especially the short yardage situations?
We're a shotgun team. I think the fact we're a shotgun team hurts us in short yardage always. And like we're so reliant on shotgun. And it hurts our run game. It hurts our short yardage game. It hurts all of that. And we've been begging them to do more under center so it's not as predictable when you do try to go under center, right? But I don't know. Honestly, I don't have the answers for that one.
Honestly,
what's the problem?
The main thing is the push from the interior guys. Like, there should be no reason at all that you can't do a QB sneak with Burrow and get a yard. But we just don't have the interior guys that can push the pile to get him there.
I got to tell you, Derek, I think that it has to do with Burrow still being somewhat hurt. I know that he's balling out. He's having his best year, literally, statistically. But, I mean, you're there at the game. You can watch Burrow, and in between the plays, he's shaking his hand. You know, he's still got something going on in that wrist. And I feel like –
do you really want to sneak that, you know?
Exactly. Like, I think I think that they're still protecting him because he's not 100% back. Burrow
has he not done
has happy feet. He's like getting rid of the ball early in a couple.
All right, we're begging you to break this out. 3rd and short, 4th and short. Jake Browning tush push. If you can't do it with Burrow, put Jake Browning in.
Put Jake Browning in.
He's our tush push specialist.
Opportunity to do it last week would have.
Man, Jake Browning's girlfriend put more shit up on IG, fucking with my head.
Chop.
I'm telling you, that girl wants you to look at her, dude. She got her titties out all the time.
Chop, you're getting some again. You can't be talking like this.
I ain't getting none from her. I'm just saying, man, if they're going to put them in the display case, they want you to look, right?
I am not commenting on this.
Yeah, you'll get in trouble. My wife don't watch the show.
My wife don't either, but somehow she'll hear about it, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, mine don't care. I worked in a strip club, so I'm allowed to talk about it.
Plus, to be honest, I don't look at those thirst traps, Chop. They're thirst traps. I ain't falling for no trap, man. You ain't catching me.
I know.
I don't want that piece of cheese that bad that I'm going to fucking die for it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What we got here? Rushing yards?
Over-under rushing yards. 59.5 for Chase Brown. I would have said under because we just don't run the ball that well. But with Moss out, and I do think we're going to put an emphasis on it, I'm going to say over, and it makes no sense. I'm going to say he ends up with 70+.
I'm 100% hammering the over on this one with you, Dale.
Yep.
And for the same reason. No Zach Moss. And you know what, man? One of these runs could be 35 fucking yards.
I'm going to say this is our first 100-yard rushing game. I'm calling
it. With just Chase Brown?
With just Chase Brown.
All right.
I mean, they are, like, their team against the run, their run defense is 31st overall. No, that's their offense. Their run defense is 19th. So they're not as terrible as you think, Derek. They're 19th. It's not great.
I just
their run game sucks.
like for fantasy football, that's one thing they were talking about when they were talking about Chase Brown on the fantasy footballers. They was talking how they give up like one of the highest fantasy points per game to running backs.
That's a
maybe it's out of the backfield too, then, or something.
Yeah.
Which Chase Brown will have to. Chase Brown will have to get some of the catches that have been going to Zach Moss too, most likely.
Yeah, and a lot of that probably has to do with like short yardage touchdowns, like those kind of things as well.
Right. Yeah, my stats are all based off of yards. That's how.
Yeah.
So touchdowns obviously count for more. So if you get down there, hopefully Chase Brown get him a couple tutties, and obviously that for fantasy wise is going to be huge. All right, who else? Over under. Chase Brown. Anybody?
Chase. I know you're driving, Tyler, but the line on Chase Brown is 59.5. Over or under? Tyler.
Tyler's muted.
Oh yeah, you're muted, Tyler.
Chop, did you already say over?
I did say over.
Okay.
We can go to the next one, Alexander Madison. I'm going to take the over for him too. Be honest.
I'm going to take the under. He's averaging 33, and I don't know. Our run defense has been better against running backs. I know Saquon went off a little bit, but this isn't Saquon. Saquon's special. And Saquon also had like 24 carries for his little over 100 yards. So I'm going to say under. Maybe that's just being hopeful on that.
Well, you know what? Mine's a lot pessimistic. Mine's pessimistic.
Pessimism.
Pessimism, yes. Thank you.
I'm going to say under as well. If there's one, like Dale said, if there's one good spot about our defense, it's our run game lately. They've done pretty well.
My mic went out. I think on the Chase Brown one. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go under for both, for Brown and Madison. I don't know. Like, I know our run game hasn't been as strong in the last probably 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and I don't know. Like, if we can't get it going early, and especially if we get down, I don't know if that's gonna be a benefit to us. And I don't know if I think we just pass.
The run game's it's not been good in general. It's hard to just say, hey, we're going to turn it on running the ball when you have that's not who you've been,
Yes.
Yeah.
And as for Madison,
I think that's fair. That is fair.
As for Madison, he'll get over the 54.5, but it'll be receiving and rushing. It won't be just rushing.
Yeah, Chris bringing up Mixon. Yeah, he's running good. He actually is breaking more tackles and things like that than he was doing here. But I don't think he has near that success. Like they've set it up with a better scheme to blocking scheme is better than what we have. Yep. I don't think he has the same success here if he's still here. Now, is he balling, and could you use him? And, he was a locker room guy that took accountability. And, God, man, I hate to say this because we all love Burrow. But where's Burrow's fire and passion? Sometimes you need a fire and passion and accountability. And Mixon and Tyler Boyd was two guys that would stand up there at a press conference along with Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
And say, we're not good enough. We're not good enough.
Yeah.
Right now. And we're kind of missing that, I think, just as much as the play on the field from those guys.
We need somebody to get up there and speak the goddamn truth,
I mean, Burrow did say we're not a championship caliber team. I mean, he did go and say that. We're not good enough we're not a playoff team right now.
Right.
Yeah, when you're 3-5, of course not. But I'm just saying, I don't know, man. A little fire from him. I'm just saying. And obviously, dude, he's playing great. I can't knock his play. I'm just saying, we need, if it's not going to be him, we need somebody else. I mean, Teddy gives you that, Teddy K. But, I think it'd be different. Seeing somebody who don't normally give that, like Joe, just come out fucking ripping everybody's ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Go out there and be like.
I mean, who knows what goes on in the locker room, but.
Yeah. I don't care about these quarterbacks. Be
like Andy Dalton and fire everybody up, right, Dale?
Yeah. We're going to Applebee's after the game, guys. On 3. Win or lose. Jesus loves you on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jesus loves you.
Jesus loves you.
Have fun.
I don't give a fuck about the quarterback over-unders. I'm sick of those.
Yeah.
So we'll move on. to wide receiver. Jamar Chase is at 83.5. No T. Higgins again. I don't know. This is a tough one because I could see him going under because even if he gets 7-8 catches, it might be for 60, 70 yards because we're not going to have the blocking.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, where everything's short right now. No run game. You know, we're not hitting the deep passes as often as I feel like we could or should because it's just not there. And they're going to double him, you know. So everything he's going to get is going to have to be underneath and in the short game.
I think
as much as I want to say over, I'm going to say under on this one. I'm going to say he still has like 7 or 8 catches, but he gets like 60 yards.
I think the question for Chase is not the over-under, is how many passes is he going to get behind the line of scrimmage that he has to go get a first down?
Or he gets it, 2 yards down the field, 3 yards down the field.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they learn their lesson on that behind the fucking line of scrimmage bullshit, but I doubt it.
There's too many play calls where Zach wants his guys to go out and make a play instead of scheming them open or doing something like that. He's relying on these guys to catch quick passes and break a couple tackles.
Yeah. Over under, Chase.
I'm going over.
I'm gonna go under, and you know what? Say the word again, Dale.
Pessimism.
It's my pessimism.
I'll say over just to give one, but
I also think though
he'll
that
be the only one that goes over. But
I got to tell you, part of my under though is I know I'm a fucking idiot. I feel like this every week, but I think that this is going to be a big game for Jermaine Burton.
Yeah, if he's running the right routes.
Yeah, if he's running the right routes. Well, you know, Joe Goodberry did a breakdown on. Did you watch that at all? Jermaine Burton's breakdown on Bengals on the Brain.
I did see it. I saw a little bit of it, but
I mean, Joe Goodberry's one of my trusted sources. Dale, Joe Goodberry, and he had a lot of good shit to say about Jermaine Burton on how he creates separation, and that's something you can't teach. And he was talking about how Yoshi just can't. The problem with Yoshi is he can't get separated. He's fast, he's running the routes, but he just can't get any separation with the stuff like the hand fighting that Jermaine Burton is a natural at. Is what he was saying, you know, that and I think that Joe Burrow said the same thing. Didn't he say the same thing about Jermaine Burton's hand fighting and all that, like how good he is with that? So
hey, Drew Sample over under. This isn't on here, but over under 1 catch for 3 yards. I'm going under. It's not been Drew Sample's season this year. No. I think Gesicki and all, and they've proven they deserve him. And when Sample's in there, it's just pretty much as a blocker. But hey, all he needs is 1 catch, right? Drew Sample, no one's going to expect it, Darth. This could be the one.
All is tight end number 1 at this point. Is he listed on the depth chart as number 1 all?
It doesn't matter.
It's still
Drew Sample for the anytime touchdown. That's
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the play this week is the Sample tutty. Moving on, Brock Bowers over under 65.5 yards. He is averaging 66.9 yards as a tight end. And we have not been able to cover tight ends. This one's easy for me. I'm going over. I think Brock Bowers eats. He's the leading tight end wide receiver. He's in around the top 10 overall, and that's including wide receivers in receiving yards. The guy is very fucking good, as we knew he would be. It's the reason they took him.
What pick number was he? Was he in the first round?
Yeah. Easily.
He did go in the first round?
Yeah, like 14th. I want to say like 14th.
14th.
Yeah, he was
that
picked
was
right before
previous to that. I was thinking of Michael Mayer because he
Michael Mayer hasn't done anything for them from Notre Dame.
Well, not now that Brock Bowers out there, son of a bitch.
But yeah, Brock is definitely, and we're like, why are they taking him with Michael Mayer? And well, it's because he's that good.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's working out good for him.
Over under everybody else. 66.
I'll go. I'm going to go with the over on this one too. I mean, your pep talk telling me about how he's the best tight end in the league and all this other bullshit and how we can't handle tight ends.
I hope we shut him down. I hope we shut him down just because.
I hope the fuck we shut him down too.
But I don't see it happening.
No.
He'll go over. He'll go over.
Derek?
He's their number one receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went over as well.
All right. Sounds like Derek already made a bet.
Yeah, he's leading the next guy on their team, which is Jacoby Myers, by over 20 yards, who is next on this list. But he's leading him by over 20 catches and over 200 yards. That's how much he's exceeding their next best receiver, who is a wide receiver, and he's a tight end. So he's a big part of their offense, and he's a hell of a player, having a great season. 52 catches, 535 yards already. And it's crazy.
I did already make a bet, by the way.
Yeah, Brock Bowers, all the Brock Bowers. Jacoby Myers, though, 53.5. He's averaging 54.2. So they're literally, the over-under is right around his average.
Yeah.
I mean, people eat on us, right? Like,
yeah,
our secondary is not that good. Our safeties aren't that good. We give up some big plays. We give up yards. I'm going over on Jacoby Myers.
I'll go with you, Dale. We can hold hands and go over.
The pessimistic brothers.
The pessimistic brothers.
I called Tyler Boyd for us for so many years, Mr. Reliable. I think that's what Jacoby Myers is for them. He comes with like catches when you need it for that team, and I think he goes over too. Like, other than Brock Bowers, he's the best receiver on that team. So I go over.
And I'm going to go different than all you guys. I'm going to take the under because I think our corners have a good game this week, and you'll know by my my score prediction whenever we get to that, because I got something exciting for everybody.
You and Darth both went Jacoby under. You and Darth twinsing. All right. So next up, Trey Tucker. We don't even have to worry about Zach Moss because he's doubtful, so that's irrelevant now. Trey Tucker, over under 28.5. He is averaging 31.5. So he's averaging over that. Kid out of UC. Big play guy. Has a long of 54 during the season. 252 yards total. I'm going to say over. Man, Dale, you're taking all the Raiders over. What's going on here? I think our defense sucks, guys.
Yeah, Dale. Once again, buddy, here we go. We're going to have a picnic on the over. You and me, buddy. Pessimism. Piss your pants.
Pessimistic brothers.
Pessimistic
we have a lot
brothers.
of pessimism. Yeah.
A lot of pessimism.
The Piss Your Pants brothers.
The Piss Your Pants brothers.
Hell yeah.
We might as well.
I'll go under for Trey Tucker. I'll go under.
Derek, did you say?
I'm going under as well. Our corners are going to have a good game.
No, sure. Keep telling yourself that. And getting to they got us to 7-point favorites, Derek. Is this reading this correctly? You know, you're the gambling guy here, and the over under is 46.
Yep. 7-point favorites. The over under is a little low in my opinion, but
a little low. Shit, it's a little high in my opinion.
Yeah, mine too. What do you think it should be? What would you set the line, Derek, if you're Vegas?
I would set the over under at over under 50. 49.5.
49.5. I'd go 35.
I'm going up just because of Derek from my score prediction.
I would go 59.5. Sorry.
59.
I think it'll be. I think the over under. I'm going to have 44 points for my total.
44. It's going to be 22 to 22 at the tie.
I'll tease that.
Yeah.
But so I'll kick it off. I don't give a shit.
Go ahead.
Are we winning by 7? Fuck no. Are we winning, period, for the money line? Fuck no. Bengals lose 24-20, and that is 44 points. So I will also take the under of 46. Bengals lose 24-20 to the Raiders, and this fan base really, 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 really is fucking fed up with the front office and their lack of fucking competence. Given a golden ticket like fucking Joe Burrow and another golden ticket like Jamar Chase, and shitting the fucking bed on doing everything else you need to stay competent when you're given this. You did it with Carson Palmer. You refuse to stay competent. You've done it over and over and over again. You refuse to fucking add the pieces even with fucking Andy Dalton here. You let Mohamed Sanu, you let Marvin Jones go. You know, you fucking refuse to do what you need to do to push yourself over the hump when you get close, and then you regress. And we've already hit our top, and now we're regressing, and it's going to get ugly. And you all call me a fucking hater. I don't care. This is how I feel. This is what I see coming. And it's going to start this Sunday when we lose 24-20 to the fucking 2-6 Raiders. And Marvin Lewis gets his fucking game ball in the locker room. It's a fucking sad day in Bengaldon, boys, because we fucking suck. And the Ravens might blow us out by fucking 30 for Thursday for a preview for that fucking show. So, yeah, I'm pessimistic as fuck right now.
Yeah.
Dale, question for you. Does the 4 points that we lose by, could we maybe have won if we didn't miss 2 field goals? Does that go into your prediction?
No, we're missing a field goal.
We're missing 1 field goal, but it'd be 24-23.
Okay.
We're missing 1 field goal from about 46 yards.
We're just unable to get it done, you know. Maybe we get the ball back 24-20 and we got a chance to win it. Oh, fucking, it's Cody Ford at left tackle. Boom, here comes Max Crosby off the edge. Sack, fumble, Joe Burrow. Raiders win. Yep. They can nail it down now because Cody Ford, you didn't have the fucking fortitude or the fucking vision ahead of yourself when Orlando Brown was dinged up to have a competent tackle after losing Trent Brown and losing Jackson Kirkland. You said Cody Ford will be good enough at left tackle. That's going to bite us in the fucking ass. You couldn't have signed Cam Fleming. Cam Fleming off the Broncos practice squad, who's been very good in the league for fucking 8 years to 10. However long he's been in the fucking league. He's been very solid. He was very good last year. Very good as a pass blocker, which we do a lot. I digress.
Dale, once again, we're going to remain best friends, and I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with the Raiders, but guess what my score is? Guess it.
24-20.
21-17.
Oh, 21. I had both of those scores in my head, Chop, before the show. 24-17 and 21-17. Yeah. I only changed it to 24-20. I was going 24-17. I only changed it to 24-20 to get closer to Derek's over, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so, I'm just I want to believe in the Bengals, and man, I want to believe in the money line. I certainly wouldn't fucking touch that spread, but I just can't do it. And to tell you the truth, man, I really when you go to the game, you really want to win, you know, and you stand up and you do the fucking chant song. When
there will be a lot of boos if we're losing that game.
Yeah,
because we'll be going to 0-5. Like if it's looking bad. Oh man,
I wonder. My thing was, I wonder if in a loss we could pull out a win in the loss, because you know they always say you got to hit rock bottom. Where in the fuck is our rock bottom at? What has got to happen to this team? And I'm just like,
new owner. That's to the improved part. Where's the rock bottom? No fucking clue. The rock bottom. I don't know, Mike Brown. Where he could take us if. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like something happened in 2019, and they got rid of Marvin Lewis and they brought in Zach Taylor. Something happened to finally make a change. Something needs to happen this year to finally make a change. And I'm not talking make a change like new coaching. I'm talking about within the front office. So if we lose against the Raiders, I wonder if that can be a catalyst to maybe something fucking happening here. Please, if that happens. I doubt it. But
Chop, what was your score?
21-17 Raiders.
I'm trying to write all these down. I didn't have to bring these up last week because, well, we were all fucking wrong.
I want to bounce off what Chop was saying there real quick before I give mine. Do you think that if we do lose this week, and obviously, let's just say we don't win a home game throughout the year, do you think that maybe they lower season ticket prices for next year?
No, they've already locked them in. They went up again.
Oh, have they? Okay.
Yeah, they went up again. Yeah. That's when I bitched about a month ago. It was like, man, I can't keep affording. They put them out early, and they start making you pay early if you decide to retain them.
Here's a solid bet.
Yeah.
Darcy, rum 35, Dale 0.
No bullshit. I'm undefeated.
So I'll give 3 here. So I think the Raiders cover +7. We're not that good of a team to blow anybody out like that. especially right now. The Raiders cover the +7. It is under 46, and I'll say we win.
I could also use a blowy.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go 20 to 14. Raiders cover. They get 6 points, but we win 20 to 14.
Yeah.
Low scoring game.
All right. Are you guys ready for mine?
Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
It's irrelevant. You don't matter.
Yeah, right.
The Bengals offense only scores 21 points, unfortunately. But Evan McPherson does get 3 field goals. And our defense gets a pick 6 this week because it's happening. Our defense is going to show up, and we're going to kick the Raiders' ass 37-23. Let's go. Who fucking died?
I just got to tell you, I'm a psych nurse, and I've just assessed you as delusional, Derek. Delusional disorder.
I thought he was turning into BSG for a minute.
Yeah. Hey, Taylor's here, too, joining the show. I know we can't see him because the fucking bets are up, but Taylor, if we're doing score predictions and over-under, what you got?
Gentlemen, hopefully see you Sunday. Finally, some positivity.
Yeah.
I know
And I
it's
will
tough.
say, I'm going.
Taylor, you were so excited. And I had this link out for like an hour. And you hop in at the end.
I was getting home. Home from work.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
you got a score prediction for us, Taylor? Because I'm writing them all down.
Yes. I'm going to go big because if there's a week it's going to happen, 41-10.
Whew. Man, some of y'all really.
They finally say, let's go show everyone that we put the hammer down. And I'm telling you, this is the best week for them to have a short week, especially able to win.
If we,
no thinking.
What'd you say, 41-10?
41-10.
Hey, if that happens, meet me in lot 1 after the game. I'm giving you a fucking hand job.
Yeah, I said if they win by more than 3 touchdowns, I'll shave my beard in the parking lot.
I'm against that. I'm against
if we lose, let's lead the charge for a green out game. Because like Chris said, they still would lose money on parking, merch, concessions. Just saying.
All I've been saying is, at this point, if we
we win.
If we make the playoffs, that means 95% chance they went on a run. And the NFL is all about getting hot. If this team gets hot and does do what Joe said and go 7-2, who wants to play this team going into the playoffs? Because it means they somewhat figured something out, and that's 2021 all over again. They figured it out late. We've been there too many times. We all know the same bullshit. Front office sucks. Zach Taylor give up the play calling. Paul and Dan pitcher. But guess what? If they figure it out, awesome. If we lose Sunday, we
burn it down.
Over.
We burn it down.
Exactly. Burn it down.
I don't think Derek's paying attention to all this positivity.
Something happened.
Not that this hurts or helps us either, but with I think it was last week there was multiple, and it happens every week. But are we going to be able to? The story for me is, are we going to be able to overcome the handicap match that's happening this week? Every week we play, the refs have some sort of hand in it, and I don't know about you guys, but some of these flags are obvious that get picked up. That gets on my nerves. So, will we overcome that this week? I don't know.
No, this will be the week the refs help us because the NFL wants to keep us alive just enough to keep the story interesting.
Well, at least for Thursday night football coming up, right? That's prime time shit.
They got to have a storyline going into Thursday.
Bart Simpson.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I want to recap some of the scores, and if you didn't give your score and you want to give your score in the chat, do it because we're about to end this one. But Tina, 24-21 Bengals. Wade, 37-7 Bengals. Wade gets to pick the Bengals since we finally lost one. He gets to go back to picking the Bengals. Crip, 38-14 Bengals. A lot of blowouts here. GC3, the only realist like me and Chop, he says 23-21 Raiders. Derek said 37-23 Bengals. I don't know what he's smoking. I said 24-20 Raiders. Chop said 21-17 Raiders. Darth said 42-3 Bengals. Darth also said something about the rum was winning.
Rum 35, Dale 0.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
That's fucked up because Dale's already scored 5 points with the rum. So it's already 35-5, Darth. the fuck, man?
Suck it,
And
Darth.
he's one to speak too, man, because that motherfucker hits the bourbon and gets a little bit sauced up sometimes on a Friday night.
And Tyler went 2014 Bengals. Taylor, Mr. Positive, the positivity we were trying to get early in the show for anybody that was looking for positivity.
Thank you.
41-10 Bengals. I just seen. I think it. Who else gave a score prediction? Was it Kane?
It's gotta be Kane.
Oh yeah, Bengals 31-27. Kane.
31-27 for Kane, and he wants a blowjob from. Oh no, shave his taint, but he needs a blowy.
Shave the taint.
All
taint.
the
parking lot. Yeah, I mean I've had to do it before as a nurse. You know, you got to shave people's gooch every once in a while.
All right. Good show, guys. Taylor, sorry we couldn't have you on longer, brother, but I do appreciate
we'll see you guys
hopping in, popping your cherry on the show. That's always nice. We love popping cherries here on Bengals and Brews.
Yeah.
We'll do this again. Open it up. Maybe more people will want to get in. But I hope I'm wrong and the Bengals get a win and get to 4-5 because the way we were playing the Ravens last year, but I don't want to jump ahead of that. But before Burrow got injured, the way we were playing the Ravens, I thought was going to be our turning point before the Burrow injury. And if we get a win this week, that's still possible. So that's as much positivity as you'll get from me this week.
But
we have to win Sunday for me to talk this way come Monday.
You have to earn the positivity back, and it starts this week. And then next week, what we got? Is it
Baltimore Thursday night?
Baltimore. Yeah,
short week.
So if you get those 2 wins, you're gonna get my respect back, and I'll be excited if we can win these next 2 games.
I'm
just worried about this one.
If we win the next 2, the whole mood changes. Me and Chop become the optimistic brothers.
Yeah, optimistic brothers.
We'll be over here touching tips and dancing on the screen, but right now we ain't feeling that.
We'll still touch tips though.
Yeah, we can touch tips.
Yeah, we'll still.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all are fantastic in the chat as always. Love y'all, man. Forever Houday. Even though right now it's every